What is up, noobs and noobettes? It's your boy Tingles and welcome back to another video. So as you can see, it is finally fucking time for my first World War II video, man. Feels good to say that shit, and to be honest, I'm surprised I didn't upload a video over the weekend. But honestly guys, I've literally been sick for a fucking month, man. Every time I think I'm getting better, it's like the sickness starts all over again. But whatever, man, it is what it is. Let's get straight into the video. So I figured I would make this just to share my thoughts on the game. Figured I'd talk about the weapons, things I like about the game, things I despise, and then yeah, also get your opinions and see what you guys thought. So let's start it off with the weapons. In my opinion, they were all pretty good, man. All of them felt like they were balanced well, give or take one or two, but all in all I feel like they did really well, especially with the SMGs. All the SMGs were good in their effective range, and then as it tapered off to medium range, they all became marshmallow shooters, especially if you had a silencer on that bitch. And that's exactly how SMGs need to be, man. They shouldn't be able to contest assault rifles from medium range, and that's pretty much how they felt in the game. I'm sure you guys felt the same way. If you tried to take on someone that was at range, you really wouldn't be that successful, man. So I'm glad it is the case, and hopefully they built a lot more maps around different gunfights, and I'm curious to see what they come up with. The assault rifles, they were balanced pretty well. The first assault rifle had a fast fire rate and a lot of recoil. Next one was the M1 Garand, exactly what you'd expect from that weapon. High damage output, rate of fire cap, 8 bullets in the clip. Actually a really fun weapon to use, and I found it to be one of the best weapons in the game. But this next weapon, the STG, oh god. For anyone that uses this weapon, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This bitch absolutely fucking melts, man. In my opinion, it was the most OP and most broken weapon in the beta. I really hope they nerf it a little. I felt like it just killed people too quick, man. It absolutely melted, and if anyone was waiting for you and they were using this weapon, you had absolutely no chance of taking them out. Next up, we had the shotguns. These are some of the most frustrating weapons in the game, aren't they always, to be honest? But basically they added fire rounds to these shotguns, man. They're called incendiary rounds, and honestly, man, these things are a pain in the ass. Like if someone would shotgun you and tag you and not actually kill you and you finish them off, their fire rounds can finish you off afterwards. So it'll pretty much feel like a trade kill, and I was having flashbacks back to IW trade kills, man. I really hope they nerf these things. At the moment, it feels like the fire rounds deal like an extra 20 to 30% damage, and in my opinion, they should be like 5 to 10%. Really hope they nerf this. I know they're looking into it, and hopefully they can fix some shit. Next up are the LMGs. I didn't really use the LMGs except for one of them that I picked up in one game, and it seemed pretty good, but you know how your boy plays, man. I like running around like a dickhead, and it definitely did not suit my playstyle to be using that shit. Next up, we have the snipers. There was 2 snipers in the game. The first one is that standard semi-auto sniper, and I'm not sure if you can get a one-shot kill with it. Maybe to the head. Didn't use it enough. I switched straight to the next one, which was the bolt action rifle. Just like the IW beta, sniping was really good in the World War II beta. I think because there was a lot of aim assist. Pretty sure they'll probably fix this by the time the game comes out, because it's pretty ridiculous, man. If you're a good sniper, you would have really enjoyed the beta. You would have been shredding. However, the sniper did hit marker a lot. You had to shoot people in the chest or up, so I guess that balanced it out a little. And lastly, we have the pistols. What I found really weird, at least with the first pistol, was that it actually was not good at close range whatsoever. In fact, it was a lot better at medium range. It was a 3-shot kill, and I was definitely getting a lot of my kills from these ranges as opposed to the close range gunfights. Now that's pretty much it for the weapons. I'm curious to see what you guys thought of the weapons. I think all in all, nothing was too overpowered except for the STG. Really hope they nerf that bitch. But yeah, let's move on to the things I liked about the game. So the first thing I liked is obviously the fact that we're going back to boots on the ground. Don't get me wrong, I'm in love with the new advanced movement mechanics, but I honestly miss playing Call of Duty this way. Hopping onto the beta made me realize just how many small things in Call of Duty I stopped doing because the advanced movement allowed me to be lazy with them, including things like not sprinting around corners, peeking corners, that kind of thing. Also managing your sprint, because there's no unlimited sprint anymore. I'm not sure if there'll be a perk or something that allows you to get unlimited sprint. I wouldn't really mind, but it would be something that would be pretty useful. Another thing I really enjoyed, as I mentioned, was the weapon balancing. I felt like the SMGs were very lethal from close range, but they tapered off really quickly. The assault rifles, some were good at close range, some were good at medium range. It depended on their fire rate, their recoil, all that stuff. Yeah, man, the weapon balancing was really good, and I feel like that's really important in a boots on the ground game. So I'm glad they were able to sort their shit out, and hopefully the rest of the weapons in the game are the same way. I'm sure there's some other things I'm missing, but they're the main things that I did like about the beta. Let's move on to the things that I absolutely hated. Firstly, the motherfucking shotgun rounds, man. Those fire rounds are ridiculous, guys. Like, sometimes you don't even have to tag the enemy that much, and then your fire rounds will just finish them off. Also, I found that the shotgun itself was weak, at least the pump action shotgun, but then the fire rounds made up for this. I would have preferred it just killed in one hit, had a bit more range, and just sack those fire rounds, because if you're using the shotgun, you're just going to tag someone, they'll kill you, and then you get that trade kill. Obviously, you're still getting the kill, but it's not that satisfying. Also, the double barrel shotgun. This homie is broken as fuck, man. I felt like each shot of the double barrel shotgun was better than the shot of the pump action shotgun, and you had two of them bitches. Mix in the fire rounds with that, and that thing was absolutely broken, and it was definitely one of the most frustrating things about the beta. The next thing I wanted to mention was the fact that the movement felt a bit clunky. For example, when you do a jump shot, sometimes your character felt like his legs became jelly and you would kind of move in slow motion. I felt like this ruined the flow of the game. Also, a lot of people complained about this, but when you were sprinting, the time it took for you to pull up your gun and start shooting was very slow, definitely slower than other Call of Duties, and I'm pretty sure they're looking into this, and hopefully they speed it up a little. I felt like this slowed down the game a lot. It caused people to always want to pre-aim, always want to sit on head glitches and wait, and yeah, man, it just ruined the flow of the game, made it not as fun, made people camp more, play more passively, and you definitely don't need this in a boots on the ground game because it's already slow as it is. The next thing I wanted to mention, I didn't really have too much of a problem with this, but I know a lot of people did, and it is the grenades. Not only were they really powerful, even if they just hit marked you, it would make your screen shake a lot, it would give you a lot of flinch. Also, the sound of them was really loud. I felt like nades drowned out the other sounds in the game, and to me, sound is really important. Not just listening to people's footsteps, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I want to be a sound whoring bitch. Literally other things like people reloading, people switching weapons, I felt like all that was drowned out by all the explosives in the game, and some games you almost felt like there were always 1 or 2 nades going off, like every 5 to 10 seconds. It was pretty crazy. I didn't feel like I was dying to nades too often, and the indicator was big enough for you to realize that you need to get the fuck out of there and hopefully survive that gunfight. Now, the last thing I wanted to mention, and I know this is most likely because it was the beta, it's the fact that the hit rego was very inconsistent. Some games I felt like I was the host or I was playing on LAN and every single one of my bullets would hit marker. Other games, it felt like half my shots were missing, I was shooting through people. And this was especially noticeable when I was streaming. Because I don't have that high of an upload speed, streaming and trying to play this beta was really painful at times. I would literally be shooting straight at someone and half my bullets wouldn't be hitting. Again, I believe this is because it's still the beta, they're still working on the netcode, still trying to improve the servers. Hopefully everything is sorted by weekend 2 of the beta and also by the release of the game. Anyways guys, that's pretty much it, man. They're all my honest thoughts about the beta. I'm curious to see what you guys think. I know a lot of you didn't really like it or weren't too keen on the game, and I know a bunch of you also really did like it, so let me know your thoughts. If you didn't like it, let me know why, and I'll see if I can sympathize with you. We can have a good discussion. Curious to see what you guys think. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I feel like they did a really good job with the beta. There are a few things that need balancing, nerfs, buffs, all that shit, but they still have plenty of time, and honestly guys, that's the whole point of a beta. You can't build your opinion on the game based off a demo. They're just trying to give it to us to just test the fuck out of it, find all the problems with the game, and then make it nice and crisp and polished for launch. Either way guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you did enjoy the gameplay in the background. Expect more World War II videos this week, as well as some IW gameplay of course. And hopefully I'll see you guys around, and if not in streams, then in the comment section, man. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment. I'll catch you all in the next one. Until next time. Peace out, noobs.